everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I am Jamie.
And I'm Jay throws better than Drew.
Ooh, that was painful. I just was like, see, Zach, not everybody is athletic.
Yeah. Well, none of them could throw.
No, it must have been tough. Like I'm guessing maybe the rope, the rope, like.
Well, you didn't want the beanbag to go too far if you
Yeah,
missed.
right.
I get that.
So,
Yeah.
But Drew messed on the first. He didn't even.
I know.
Hit the target.
I know, poor.
But he
fella.
won. That's all that matters.
He did
That's
win.
all
What a
that
crazy,
matters.
what a crazy episode. Like.
It was great. It had so many highs and lows and a full blown storyline, and
It was
her.
great.
Now you see why was so was so set on Bruce. I mean, she has a lot of hate. I'm not hate, but she was hurt as a child, and it's
she doesn't
it's
like
hard
being told what to do. Like she doesn't
No.
like somebody else in control of her life. Yeah.
exactly, and
Yeah.
what she's accomplished.
Oh my
Just
God. How
shows you,
inspirational.
that if you have the motivation, you probably can do, pretty much anything you want in life. And she's from not having an education from fifth grade to
yeah,
high school,
14 years old to high school.
and she's a lawyer now. Hats off to her.
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
It's incredible. Like she's
And you can
such
see
an
why she
impressive
has
person.
some animosity towards her mom and other people.
Yeah.
And backstories don't usually get me that much. Like occasionally there's a one that's interesting, but this one, like, that's a doozy.
Anytime you put
right, a cult.
your
Awesome.
your
That's
your
new.
I don't mind people being religious and stuff like that. I'm not, but when you put that ahead of your kids,
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
scary. It's a
You're not a good parent.
scary situation when you think about those kids in places like that you have to break free and sneak out in the middle of the night, and
Right.
what kind of lasting trauma that leaves. Never mind the stuff that came before leaving, but just the trauma of completely flipping your reality overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, that was a tough backstory to watch.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Yep, but it instantly made me just want to root for her more. So
Yeah.
well done, editing. Well done.
Yeah.
I wish we would have seen this a few weeks ago before we started going, come on, she's just too bitter.
Right.
You were the one that was like that.
I
was
know, but now that I see, but I was right.
But now that I know,
but now that I know why, okay, I see it.
Well, yes. And as soon as Emily had that "here's how I've changed and grown" monologue on the island, I was
you're like, she's out.
I was like, guess what, guys, boys, she's going home.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.
I knew right at the beginning when she decided that she was going to play like a little Elena Tyrell and be like, I want you to know it was me. Like,
Yeah.
why did you tell them? Stop that.
You didn't need
I
to say
know.
anything till the final three.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, she should have she should have tried to win get the puzzle.
I agree.
I think she's such a logical thinker that I think that
I think
There was
the
just so many
anxiety
things-
behind not losing her vote and not being important
I
to her
get- I
teammates
get-
was
I get
was a
that, but
bigger. Yeah, I wonder though
This
what
late in the
could
game,
have
a vote
happened.
really isn't that important, as we saw today.
So let's play that through. Okay, let's say Emily does end up winning immunity at the island. Was it immunity? I can't even remember at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, that's the problem with the 90-minute
probably would've been-
episodes.
it
It's
probably
like
would've
2 hours
been-
ago at this point.
It probably would have been Jake.
Yeah,
because-
you think so? Because then Emily
Because
would have
Julie
played the idol.
Julie doesn't know if ahead of time if Austin's going to play his idol.
You
But
think that's why
do
she didn't
they-
go for Austin?
Yeah,
But they don't know that he has it.
she knows,
Julie knows that he has the amulet.
doesn't she? Doesn't he?
I think so. I
He
think all
got both
four
of
of
the
them.
other two out. I don't know if he told them about the amulet or not.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm not even gonna blame Emily for this for not doing that. Like that was her choice. The bigger thing is Austin knew that Julie had an idol, why, after the Caleb thing, why are we not splitting the vote? Just throw a vote on someone else.
And why did Austin give her the more powerful idol?
Yeah, what was it, like a trust thing? I know it happened in the beginning.
Yeah. I would have said, look, okay, I can give you this idol today to save you, but I want it back after the vote.
Yeah, because it was last tribal that he gave it to her, or 2 ago?
Something it's been a while, and for her not to give it back is kind of crappy. But if he didn't put a,
yeah, this is only good for you for this tribal, and then I want to.
Or you hold on to it and you play it for if you think she's at risk.
Right.
But you don't play the one you play the one that expires after the 6th.
Yeah.
Down to 6, not the one that's good till 5.
Yeah.
Right.
Jesse Lopez tweeted about that tonight and said, "You always ask for it back. Like future
Yes.
players, always ask for your idol back."
Oh, now it's making more sense why Survivor strategically put up the clip on their Instagram of Jesse playing Cody's idol on Cody against Cody. Now it makes sense. I'm sure somebody out there in the spoiler section or the edgic or something, somebody guessed that.
And D is playing to win.
Sort of. Yes.
Austin's playing for love connection. He's playing for love.
Yes. I mean,
well,
big mistake on Austin's
D, I said last week, D would cut Austin's throat to win the million. Austin won't do it.
I think you're right. I agree with that. And I think that no matter how much she likes Austin, I think she really sees Julie as her number one.
Right.
Right. Well, I think also Julie and I think that Dee might be wary of Julie and more likely to cut her off in a future situation like this. A, because we're getting to the final 6 now, and B, if it's gonna test her, like, because she really tried, like, she's still like kind of freaked out and was like, no, don't, Austin's my number one, and she shouldn't have said that to Julie. Like you guys are both my number ones. Like, you don't do that.
No.
But
well, and I'll say that Julie is playing she's her social game. I mean, she might not be like top at the competitions, but her social game is so good. And it's not just, well, she's the mom and all of that. It started that way, but tonight I realized just how amazing her social game is, because every single time she talked and it panned over to the jury, they looked furious. Like they were like rolling their eyes. They were so, like, when she's like, oh, everybody that's up there, like all of those first ones really hurt, and they all roll their eyes. But in that moment, she just claimed responsibility for everyone sitting over there, even though she wasn't the one.
Wait, who said that?
Julie. If you watch, if you watch the jury, especially, is it Kelly?
Yeah.
Blue eyes, and she gets the most. She's still bitter.
Yeah. They all looked just miffed at her. And then at the end, Emily goes on her sole vote, and the whole jury is like, oh my God. And they're so excited. Like, anybody sitting next to Julie, if they did not see it, there's no one winning against Julie right now. Period. She has to.
Well, I think that Emily sealed her fate to go home next week if she's not safe by saying, I'm voting for the best player.
Yep.
Which,
Yes.
But if they all have egos, they're going, oh, she's voting for me.
No, she pointed to Julie.
Did she point? But she pointed in. I mean, she pointed back, but they're all.
It was Jake. There. Jake's like, that's me. That's me. I'm upset.
No, Jake was like, that's a badass right there.
That's a badass.
He's just getting scruffier by the minute, and I just love it. Like, the scruffier he gets.
What was the saying he used? It is a saying.
The scruffy high school drama teacher.
Apple cart.
Yeah. Right. The apple. Every time he said it, I was like, apricot? Like, what?
Apricot. The apricot. You don't disrupt the apricot.
And she's like, what? He's like, that's a saying, isn't it?
I don't think I made it up.
Oh, he's fantastic. When we had all 3 lawyers sitting on the beach pretending like they weren't lawyers, that was amazing.
Except Jake, yeah.
So funny.
Right? We didn't even think about that.
That was awesome. That was pretty awesome. I wonder if whenever that big reveal comes out, like, that we're all lawyers, I wonder if Jake is going to be like, you got me.
100%.
Never saw that coming.
I didn't know. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, it was a great episode. Drew,
I wish they wouldn't have I wish they wouldn't have shown us who everyone voted for, because
like right before.
Yeah, it would have
Well,
been
as
okay.
soon
Julie,
yeah.
Julie. Oh wait, they are going all Julie. Now it's Julie going to decide it. That was just a waste of time. Just get to part where Julie votes. And
right. I still cannot believe they did not split the vote. Just anybody throw one random vote on somebody else, so at least it's tied.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just like had Dee do that, right? Like, hey, she's your other number one. So instead of writing down Julie's name,
can you
write down another name.
Can you imagine though if, like, last minute Emily or Austin, or, well, it wouldn't have been Austin, Emily or Drew, like, wrote down like just Dee's name, thinking like, oh, let me just do a throwaway just in case, and then there was a tie. Oh, Dee would be so pissed.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
but I think
it'd be ugly.
And who do you think would go home in that situation because they do a revote? Because I really think that Drew would pick Emily over.
Yeah. And Katura would probably pick Emily also.
I think Katura would pick Emily.
And Jake
I think Jake would pick Emily. So I think in that case, Dee goes home. I think that Austin and Julie would go. Yeah. Austin and Julie would vote to save Dee. But I think the numbers would be against Dee and for Emily. But then I think Emily just goes home the following week because people see what a big threat she is, and now there's two votes.
Like Kelly said in the beginning here, that she blew it when she said, "Yeah, it was me. I did it." Yeah.
Yep. Well, and look at
they asked her though. They knew that she was working him, and she just should have answered better. She's just very technical and not able to lie like that.
Because they go, why did he try? Like, why did he write down the one person that would have been willing to save him? Like, it was a pretty simple question. She could have sidestepped it.
Yeah,
I have no idea. Who knows what? Bruce. Who knows what he's thinking?
Yeah, exactly. Like a crazy Uncle Bruce. I mean,
crazy Uncle Bruce. It was really rude. I actually thought it was in very poor taste how much they were cheering and celebrating, like, after they got back to camp in the beginning. Like, I don't know.
They did that when he lost to Austin, right in front of him, and he still didn't catch that I should play my idol.
No, I know, but I mean, like, after the vote, and like they went back to camp and they were like toasting to him being like, that was like, that's, I don't know, this is in such poor taste. They have to realize he's going to see it.
He's not a villain, in my opinion.
No,
not at all.
You may not like him around camp, but he's not a villain. He's not a Russell Hantz or
exactly. And I did listen to his
or any Hantz.
Reading some of the exit interviews that he's done makes me feel a lot worse about it, because like it really, like, he talks a lot about like how upset he was that people didn't like him, because he's just one of those people that cannot be content with people not liking him. Like, he doesn't have to be the most popular person, but it just eats him to his core to think people dislike him.
Yeah. And he said that
really.
I know. And he said, because I listened to the RHAP interview that he gave last week, and he did say that his friends were all like, Bruce, you're the best. Like, how could people think that? And also he brought up what we talked about last week is, he was like, other than Julie, he was, a decade older than 2 decades older than some of those people there. Like, he's 46. So,
and that's a difference in, it's just different generations, different ways you're raised, different ways you interact with people. So
exactly. Also he has what, like, teenage daughters or whatever. So of course, like, he's in a different place in life than most of those people. Like, again, other than Julie.
And he does have one thing above all of them. And it's not necessarily that he had one extra day playing the game than they ever had. It's the fact that he was asked back immediately. Like
that's true.
he was liked enough. They thought he was going to be a good enough player, good enough.
No, they didn't
entertainment
want
on
him to
TV.
sue them. Come on, Jamie. They didn't want a lawsuit, so that's why they invited him back right away.
We're like, no, we will not. We have a
We'll
very small budget
We'll have
now.
padding wherever your head is going to be attempting to go through.
Yeah, exactly.
We have cold pizza budget. We can't afford this.
Okay, so the Austin D thing, we touched upon this a little bit. In the chat, Sherry says this bitter jury makes me want Ponderosa even more.
Right?
I know, I do. I really miss Ponderosa.
They should put it on Paramount Plus, then people would say, okay, I want to watch it.
Yep.
I got to sign up for Paramount Plus.
Yep.
Right.
I agree.
Well, I think again they want to avoid lawsuits if rumors are true.
You can show what you want. I mean, I guess that's true, but
I'm just going to say this. If they can do it on Big Brother, they can do it in half-hour increments at Ponderosa.
I really do miss
just
Ponderosa.
Signing a contract, it's just another contract to sign, and it would be fine.
Because the only thing that were, I guess, the friction we didn't see, we just heard about it, right on Ponderosa.
Well, okay. So there was two separate things. The first thing is, there was the Drea Omar drama, which I heard.
But we didn't see it.
Somehow managed to download the episode of that podcast, even though I'm never on time with listening to podcasts. I somehow managed to download it as soon as it came out, but then I didn't listen to it for like a week and a half. So by the time I realized what had gone down, I was, it wasn't there anymore on the internet, but it was still in my feed anyway, whatever. So that's how I ended up hearing it. But the other thing is, allegedly there was an incident that took place at Ponderosa involving sexual harassment or something. And right?
Yeah, was Shan was one of the, like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what side of it.
Yeah, she was involved in some.
Yeah,
but like as a victim, I don't think she was like a perpetrator of it.
Well, only if she goes dun 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 dun, goosing people.
Aren't they on Ponderosa right? I mean, obviously not right now. It's
right, like if there's going to be something,
but they're there anyway, right? So
right,
yeah.
But it was after Shan's season, right? That it
was the next one,
yeah. Because that was the last one. They had the guitar sing-alongs, right, where they were talking about singing about each other's voting off. Yeah, man,
that was fun.
Those
were the days, huh?
Unless they don't want us to see that, it's how the jury might be voting because of, but they don't have to show us that, I guess.
But again, now they're voting. They're giving you the winner at the same time. So what does it really even matter?
I mean, they would be showing us as it goes along. Okay.
Well, they just don't show us that.
I mean, it was clear when I'm in Ponderosa, when Debbie went to Ponderosa, she was going to do everything in her power to make sure Aubrey didn't win. I mean, she must have had some power because she worked her magic and it won.
Yeah. Well, back in my day, Ponderosa was full of Gen Xers getting drunk and talking on camera.
Yeah.
Well, it's always
Cass
fun.
And Savage, still the best Ponderosa interview.
It was always fun, especially when the season was a little bit longer. It was always fun.
I also missed 36 days.
Right? That when they would come off of there and they'd get to see themselves in the mirror for the first time, and there was the weigh-in, and then what food are you gonna get? And then everybody's sitting around and being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it was you!" And they all like share a little story.
Yeah, I loved watching that.
Cool to see what energy transpired at that dinner table.
Can we talk about the barbecue? Because those hamburgers looked really raw. I know if you're hungry, you probably didn't wait long for it to touch the.
They were literally slurping.
They were eating it with a straw.
I thought it was pretty funny that it was the boys' night after the girls had their spa day last time.
Yeah, well, I thought it was perfect, but I looked at those burgers. I'm like going, okay, I need a little less bread in my burger.
They are yeah.
I don't want to lose because I get out Ebola.
I love seeing that Drew can't like keep his crap together anymore, and like every time something like just a whisper of something emotional happens, Drew's like sobbing. He's in the background crying all the time. He's like, like me and Jake, we haven't gotten to eat, and Jake's like, I appreciate it. That's all it took was Jake being like, oh, thank you so much, and Drew's like,
listen, being hungry can really mess with your emotions, and apparently it makes Drew into a crybaby.
There's an episode of
and it
Seinfeld
makes
where
you not be able to see both sides of a block.
There's an episode of Seinfeld where Jerry lets his emotions go, where he gets angry, and all of a sudden he's crying. He's like, "What is this salty solution coming out of my eyes?" And he can't control it anymore. And that's Drew.
That is Drew. Absolutely. He'll cry at the beginning of the episode and finish the show out with a Napoleon analogy and metaphor.
Well, that was funny because he just gave a quick answer and everybody stopped. And Jeff goes,
huh? This isn't you.
And the jury's rolling their eyes. They're angry at Drew and they're angry at everybody. They're just, this might be one of the most bitter juries ever.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. I do think, again, I like that Emily kind of gave her little FU at the end by pointing and calling out Julie, because I don't know. If Julie doesn't win immunity next week, I think she's gone.
Yep.
We'll see.
Oh, you know what? That's true. Yes, because I think Austin will play his amulet.
He has to.
Yep, he has to. And I think that means Julie's gone.
Well, and Drew's like super mad. That's another thing with Drew too. You look at his game and you can see by Kelly staying and Emily going how much that really like blows up the final stretch of his game, because he knows that Austin has D. Right? Like Austin isn't he knows Austin and D are like another pair. He needed somebody to be a pair with, and that would have been Emily.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. Like, what's his other option? Jake? He doesn't feel confident with that.
Yes.
So
I like how Jake is already preparing, like practicing for fire. He's like he knows. He's like, nobody's gonna take me to the end. I'm gonna have to fight for it.
I don't think he does though. I think that they would take him to the end.
I think they would too at this point, but it was funny. It's funny, like showing how they're preparing.
Do you think he'll pass out over the fire doing the fire challenge?
Oh, sweet Jesus! I hope not.
He hasn't done that in a while, has he?
No. He's slowing down when he stands up. I think it's helped.
Yeah. And now he got to eat, so hopefully he's good for a little while.
That's true.
Got to eat some raw meat.
His burger soup.
Ew, gross.
You're hungry, you'll eat anything, I guess, but it's like
it's true. It's true.
Barbecue. Who did the barbecue on this? Ew.
Fired. You're fired.
That's how we
all right.
We don't cook on meat in Boston. We're men.
We just pour some beer on it.
I'm skimming through my notes, and I think we kind of covered everything already.
We had the first 10 minutes was the love story.
Yes.
Which then came back into play. It was like,
you could be my Amber.
Yeah.
I'm like going,
oh my God, that was so cringe.
Austin, stop.
Yeah, just Austin, don't do that.
Austin, please don't. Don't, Austin. You don't have a ring with you. You didn't know this was going to happen.
Yeah. But you know what? It must have worked on some level because, Yeah,
he told Dee a secret, and she went right away to broke his trust and kind of threw him under the bus. So
I wonder if Austin and Dee will also, that will kind of tarnish their love connection for next week.
It won't cover. Austin's smitten, so he's completely
Well, then Dee will just
he's not playing the game anymore. Dee's got him right where she wants him, and I'm not saying Dee doesn't like him. I think they do like each other, but
yes.
Again, if it comes down to $1 million for Austin, she's going to take the $1 million. Whereas Austin, I think would not, because I think Austin would make it.
He's like, I always dreamed about having an Amber Island. And she's like, I was like, no showmances.
Yeah, no showmance. Yeah.
Pretty clear.
But she was blushing a little bit too.
Well, I think again, I think they like each other, but it's just like, again,
definitely.
she's there to win the game, which he stopped doing. And he completely screwed up. He screwed Drew over too.
He screwed Drew over, and I truly do not understand why they did not split the vote. I don't get it.
You know, Drew. I know Drew wanted to be loyal to Austin, but he shouldn't have told him. They didn't. No. They didn't need him.
No, they did not.
Yep.
No, I agree.
But he wanted to be. He wanted to be loyal to his. He wanted to be loyal to his alliance, but Drew can't beat Austin. He can't beat Dee, and he can't beat Julie. So
I don't even think he could have beat Emily, to be honest.
No, he couldn't beat Emily either. No.
So
he might
be screwed either way.
He could beat Jake and Couture, I think. Maybe.
Their
resume. What is their resume?
Right. Couture's resume was failing to get Bruce out for 10 weeks in a row.
Yes.
But she has a great story. Hell of a story.
She has a great story, and she's still in the game. So has a good chance to go final 3, but I don't think she can win it unless she goes with Jake
or she makes a big move. If she can get Dee out, that might be enough for her resume.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I can't believe this Power 4 is still in there.
Yeah. Yep. They're all there. I kind of think that this is one of those situations that I know we see that we see at least what production wants us to see is that there's going to be this like huge blow up between Drew and Julie.
Right.
But this is one of those situations where it's like I think Drew and Julie are both the right kind of people where they could go. I don't think Julie would where she's sitting because she really truly feels like Dee is not going to lie to her or she's not going to lose Dee to Austin. But I think Drew feels like he's going to lose Austin to Dee.
Yes.
But I think that they're the right kind of personalities where they can go, okay, here's the reality. Those two are going to go together at the end, point blank, period. We need a pair. We have to just let that crap go and be a pair. And we need to get out Jake and we need to get out Couture and then we'll deal with it at the end.
Yeah.
They're the right personality types for that to work, but how rarely does that?
But again, if you want to win, you want Jake and Couture, you want to sit next to them.
Yeah, you do. That is the ideal final.
That's guaranteed unless you have a bitter jury that votes, the way they shouldn't vote.
Do you think there's a higher chance now since Austin is clearly shown that his loyalty leaned a little bit more towards Dee that they go after Drew next week?
Well, Drew he has that walk away thing.
He does. Yes,
oh, the safety.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right.
If he's smart, he does that next week because
he needs to do it. Yep.
Because he was a mastermind in getting Julie out, and we've seen Julie she's vindictive. She wanted to get rid of Jake for the longest time, which was ridiculous because Jake had no power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really, really, really wanted him to win.
Ridiculous.
I wanted him to win the immunity challenge tonight so bad because I wanted Jake to win the immunity when he needed it the least in his entire game.
You got messed with the rope. The rope's not long enough, Jeff.
The rope thing really seemed to be so difficult, though.
Yes.
Well, everyone was such a hurry.
Marianne said, no, if you are the first person to think you have enough rope, you don't have enough rope. Like, go back.
I'm not wrong.
So many smart people you can see how far. There's a reason why they give you so much rope because you need almost the whole
it's like thing. A mile of rope. That's a lot. I bet it's really heavy.
Yeah, it probably was heavy.
Oh, I'm sure. Especially if you're
first one didn't even make it halfway. I'm like going, no, you got to go back.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Especially if
the puzzle wasn't easy. Once you figure out the word, you still had to. I mean, how many times did?
Oh my God, I would have said so many bad words. Like I would have been swearing so much. That looked absolutely hellish.
I mean, you got to pick up a piece, but you got to keep the pressure on it because it's it's an arc. I think part of why am I drawing a blank on his name? All skinny guy.
Drew?
Drew. He yeah. His arc wasn't. It wasn't arced enough. It was almost like
it was like slanty.
Slanting, and I said that's just he's not getting enough pressure on it. That's why.
The spelling it forward and back thing. Oh, poor what's his face was just so confused.
Austin.
Yeah.
It's spelled correctly.
But it was so funny because he's just really just staring. Like, well, I don't get it. It's like, look at the other side, dummy.
Well, he said he wasn't listening. That he was so focused on the word. He's like going, I know I spelled it correct. You could tell that's how you spell it. At least where I'm from, that's how you spell it.
This is what I know. Yeah. I did really enjoy Drew's like celebration because he went full Napoleon Dynamite, and that was really fun to watch.
Yes.
He had the yeses, and it was great. It was
We didn't
fantastic.
see that he gave Julie a concussion though when you slapped the blocks. It hit one hitter in the head. That's why she's so upset. But
it's warranted.
But she was the right vote. Because you don't want to go to the final three with Julie. That was the vote.
Clearly, yeah, clearly not.
It's so interesting from what we're seeing versus what they're seeing out there. They're all just being like, everyone likes Julie. I don't want to go to the end with her. And it's like, well, who's the one that's really calling the shots and making the moves? Like, they should be able to give that on their resume. And we're seeing Julie as a part of a foursome that's making decisions. Even
today, Dee ran the show.
Dee ran the show and just
she
hid
knew
behind
exactly
Julie.
what was going on. She again, Austin, her true love, she totally screwed him. I mean, he could have gone home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If Julia must have known he had an idol, because I think she would have wrote his name down. She would have wrote Austin's name down.
Yeah, I think
I do think
Dee had to have told her, or they already knew about it.
Because Emily has shown she's not really. She won last week's reward challenge.
Yep.
But overall, she's not good at the challenges. Austin's good at the challenges, so that's who you want to get rid of, especially when you're Julie, who's finished second to Austin and other people. How many times?
Yep.
Yeah.
But like I said, Julie hasn't had to. She hasn't had to initiate any of the big moves, and she'll still get credit for it because of what she does at jury. That's where her game is at jury. It's always when they're sitting there getting ready, like at tribal, facing the jury. That's where her game is, because she's, like I said, all of them sitting over there, the looks they were giving her, they didn't do it to other people that were talking. No. They all think she is responsible for getting them out.
Yeah. And she can
interesting, yeah.
She doesn't have to be right about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just, she can lie about it. Said, no, that was me.
Mm-hmm. But she's kind of already doing that when she's like, oh, these first ones I had to vote out. Like, oh, it hurt.
Yeah. She's
all right.
She's smart.
Right. There is a little.
She's likable and smart, and that's why you have to if you want to win, you have to get rid of her.
Yes.
Yeah. And Drew's smart, and he knew. Okay, we got to get rid of Julie. We have to get rid of Julie.
Drew is smart. Like, I don't think like Drew's, I'm not going to pretend like Drew's my favorite player out there, but I recognize that he's a smart player, just like Emily is a smart player.
Yep.
They're all pretty smart players right now.
Well, that's so funny because when they didn't split the vote, Jay who came up only for the vote, didn't watch any of the other episode. He was like, this is the dumbest cast ever. How many times are they going to get screwed on putting their votes on one person? They're so stupid, all of them.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
You're not wrong, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment that, what was it, like 2 or 3 episodes ago, where there was the conversation on the beach between Drew and Julie, where they, said like at some point, like, nothing is personal. Nothing we do here is personal. Like that little
Julie didn't get that memo.
No.
She takes it very personal.
She does. Like, I think she's like, is she still mad at Jake? I don't know. She was mad at Jake for a long time.
Again, that's what she was so focused on Jake, and I go, Jake has no. I've said it earlier in the show.
He has no power.
Why do you don't care about Jake? Get people off that can hurt your game.
He's just a distraction to not have to go after the people in power.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Essentially.
All right. Any last thoughts before we're going to move on to feedback and tally the votes?
No, ma'am.
All right. Well, then we'll be right back.
We have 2 more weeks?
We do.
Yes.
So the finale is the 21st or
20.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
20th.
Yep.
Okay.
On the 20th.
I celebrate
Yes.
Christmas on the 20th. I can't do it.
It's my Christmas day.
I celebrate Festivus.
Well, I think we already discussed that we will do it on
the next
the next day.
day.
We're not going to do a show that night after it's all
We're not
over.
doing the 3-hour show and then
No.
Yeah, hell no. Hell no.
No.
We
I'm
are not
okay
that
with this
dedicated.
decision. I am okay with this decision.
Okay, for real. We'll be right back. And we're back. All right. Our first bit of feedback comes.
Seconds.
It truly comes from Mandy.
Mandy!
Hopefully, we can get through this a lot quicker than we did last week.
Yeah.
And
really.
Mandy says, I'm working and can't watch the episode. So, an idea instead of feedback. The BuzzFeed question, start again.
I guess we can't get through it very quick.
Hey, there are BuzzFeed quizzes of what Survivor 45 player you're most like. So,
I saw
if you lose your winner pick, you should take the quiz and make that your winner pick if they're still in the game.
Oh.
That's fun. Well, nobody's lost their winner pick, spoiler alert, this week. But there's always next week.
It's going to end up being Brandon for me. I don't want to take it. I don't want to. He's great and all, but
you do have trouble on ladders, so
I don't want to know. My phobia of ladders and my tendency to fall on my face, and not so much.
I'd probably get Bruce, so that would be. I'm okay with that.
Uncle Jack.
I like Bruce.
I'm trying to find it on BuzzFeed, but of course I'm getting distracted by BuzzFeed. Okay, I will have to come back to this later.
To do that.
Yeah, Jamie, if you've seen it and have the link, or Mandy, if you have the link, post it somewhere. Okay, yeah, I gotta X out. Okay, Mandy, great idea. I think that's what Jack should do. I'm 100% on board with this idea.
Yes,
I'll look for it and I'll do the. We can all do it, and we'll say who we are next week.
Maybe we can get extra points if it's our people,
like a BuzzFeed point.
Yeah.
But couldn't I just cheat and say, "Oh yeah"?
No, you can't. You cannot.
Oh, I can.
I can do what I want. I got asked back to the show. I can do what I want. I'm Uncle Jack.
I'm a one-timer.
All right. And again, sorry if I seem like I'm rushing. What the people out there don't know is I have a migraine right now, and
you're still doing the show. That's dedicated.
And my cheek, it's like somebody is drilling a hole in my eye and my cheek and back and forth. So, apologies if I am not my chipper self tonight. That's actually what's going on. Is like even this light behind me.
I don't think anyone's noticed a difference.
Cry. Okay.
Because she attended Jake's acting school.
I did.
Very good. She's quite studious.
I gotta hate it.
There you go. Okay. All right. As we know, Emily went home. Emily, I had her as my final three. Oh, so sad. Jack had her pre-merge and Jamie had her merge, which means
nice job.
Jamie is the only one that gets the point for that.
Well, wouldn't have 2 quitters. She would have been pre-merge.
Wait.
It's true.
So Jamie now has 9, Jack has 7, and I have 8.
Wow.
As far as who was going home. Oh,
there you go.
No, wait. Sorry, I had Emily. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Go me. I had Emily, Jack had Drew, and Jamie had Julie. All right.
Hey, I thought you had Julie.
'Twas I.
No, it wasn't. I said that. I actually said last week that.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one because this is week. Okay, because I see Emily.
Here.
Who did I have?
You had Drew.
Drew. Well, Drew wins the immunity. Who knew that was
coming?
Who saw that?
Exactly. I would not have seen that coming either. And I believe my reasoning last week for Emily was that the credit for taking out Bruce was going to make her a target, and I thought everybody was going to turn on her.
Yep.
I thought everyone was going to turn on her. It turns out nobody turned on her except for Julie. So
Yeah.
and D had turned on her too, but
yeah. D wanted her. D got what she wanted. She wanted Emily out.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Because Julie's, I don't like being told what to do. Okay, I'll vote Emily.
Yeah, right. Just do it.
Do it or I'll
Just
kill
what
you.
you're gonna do. Like, okay. All right. Who do we think is going home next week? I'm torn between.
I'm gonna say a Katura just because.
Yeah.
Because Drew has an idol.
Yep.
Or safe. He could be safe.
Austin
is safe. So those two are not going home.
I
Julie
think it's
could
going to be
probably
Julie.
win immunity.
I'm going to say Julie because I think it's going to come down to Julie versus Drew.
I would think so, but I think D can still protect her, and she's controlling the game. So, and Austin's not going to go against D.
I think it's going to be D. Is it weird to pick her out when she's my winner's pick? Not really. This is my track record we're talking about.
She'd be the one to go home because right now
because you've got Katura. You still got Katura, but she could work with Drew. Austin has safety. Ooh, that's tough though. I don't know. Ooh, yeah, it's Julie or D, right? It's got to be.
I think it's going to be Julie or D, but I can't see Austin ever turning on D. Seriously,
no.
Unless Austin gives D his immunity.
Yeah, right. I can see Austin being presented with that, like Sophie's choice of, do I vote for Julie or do I vote for Drew? And in the end, doing like bros before hoes and putting voting for Julie because he's not voting for D. He's voting then he also kind of gets to keep his two.
Julie is 100% a bigger threat against Austin than Drew's ever going to be at this point.
Oh yeah,
true. But I don't know about that. Oh, for immunity, maybe. But I don't know. I think Drew could make a pretty compelling case as well.
Yeah, that's true. Austin, like you said, his game kind of went, and he got a little wishy-washy.
Yeah. Austin blew it when he, like I said, he might, give D the, instead of a ring, I'll give you my immunity necklace if you marry me.
Oh my God.
Amber too. He'll have to have Jake say it though.
No, Jake has to say it.
Jake's doing the ceremony.
Jake's commentary, just in general.
Oh Do you God. Take this woman to be your wife?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna throw D on there as next week. Why not? I'll do it. Why not?
Are you sure? You don't have to.
I don't really want her to go, but if she's gonna go, at least I can get a point out of it. I'm not gonna get any points for losing her as my winner pick. So,
all right, I think she's a solid choice for a winner pick. Because everybody wants to protect her. Nobody's looking at her.
I don't know
why. I'm just looking at Katura, Jake, and Drew. And are they capable of coming together and realizing that they have to split up the duo? If Drew can sell the duo, he's got it.
Well,
the showman's has to go.
The showman's has to go.
It does. I mean, we say this every time since Robin Amber.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to break up the people that are like this.
Yeah.
Well, that travels against, that's in any of these comps with the exception of Amazing Race, which is designed that way.
Right.
But, Big Brother and the challenge and the Squid Game challenge, partners have got to be split up. It's too powerful when there's two people that are, ride or dies.
Yeah. And in the words of Jake, there goes a badass right there.
Yes.
There goes a badass. Is that the title of the episode?
It is.
No, the title of the episode was "This Game Rips Your Heart Out."
Oh, okay. That's kind of weak.
I really did think it was going to be like the Jeff loves love. Everything in this episode was about love, love, lovety, love, love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like each other.
Oh, good for them.
That's nice.
All right. And then I guess to quickly recap, Jamie has D as her winner pick. Jack still has Jake.
Yeah.
I don't know how that one's going for you. And I have Katura.
I'm hoping for a better jury.
I know. I think that you and I have the no vote final 3 people.
Who's yours?
Katora.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see. All right. On that note, everybody, thank you for listening. As always, we will be back next week. If you have any feedback for us, SurvivorJJC@gmail.com. We also finally updated the album artwork. We took Jay's name off of it. So
Oh, really?
be
Has his name been on
refreshed.
it the whole time?
It's been on it the whole time.
Oh, wow.
But
It's like 2 seasons.
it sure has been.
I think it's been 3, actually.
3? Has it been 3?
We
I
got
don't
like
even.
40 seasons in a year now.
Yeah,
true, yeah.
I don't even know. It's been like 2 years at least. It feels like it. I think you started in the spring season, so yeah, this must be season 3 for you.
Wow. Okay. Well, I've lost a whole season.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that's done. Jacob finally sent me new artwork the other day, and I was like, "Oh, let me update this," because he sent me the artwork for the broadcast Santa artwork that I love.
Yes.
So yeah, then he was like, "I got a surprise for you," and I was like, "Yes, Jamie's gonna be so happy." Anyway,
Yeah, it's very exciting stuff. Thank you, Jacob. It's a very Merry Christmas indeed.
Indeed. All right. Anyway, SurvivorJJC@gmail.com.
Christmas miracle.
Thank you to the patrons. If you'd like to become patrons, patreon.com/JayandJack. That helps all the shows on the network. JP is here. Hi, JP. And he says
JP.
Dale's name is still on the Married Man show. Well, that's because the Married Man show is in retirement. It's the Rumblecast After Dark now.
It's no longer.
Well, to be fair, the Married Man show went on without Dale
for like a year. And then
it's just a year. It's not like a Survivor where it was 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's right.
Didn't you guys do?
We do things quick here.
Didn't you guys are due for a reunion Married Man show with you, Jay, and Dale?
Yes.
Okay.
You should do it.
I think that'd be wonderful. I would listen to the heck out of that.
I would talk to I don't know. I'll give him a shot. I'll give him a call.
We would all quite enjoy a New Year's special.
Ooh.
All right. Let me write that down. Dale. Okay. I did mention him in the Amazing Race.
Oh.
There you go.
Only because there was a scene where they're parachuting, and I was supposed to go parachuting with him, my sister, back when we were like 20, so like 41 years ago, and then I had to work, so I said I'll just go next time. Still haven't gone.
Well, he may not be into heights anymore, to be fair.
No, that's true, Ed. That's true. Well, you talk about someone that can't climb a ladder. Anyway, too soon.
Yeah, it's been like 8 years. It's not too soon.
It's okay.
Watch out for that tree. Dale of the jungle.
All right.
You and me.
Actually,
watch
Zach
out for that tree.
Zach was like an infant when that happened, right?
Yeah, I think we all were.
Anyway. All right. Thanks to the patrons that contribute a certain level, and that we Eckhart, Rick, Near, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Planet, Ed the Creepy Poopy, Ed Mailman. Thanks, guys, so much. Shandy and I are going to do a bonus show this week. Jamie, Jack, would either of you like to join us? We're going to do a Survivor bonus show for the patrons.
What day?
I don't know.
Okay, I can't do it that day.
All right.
Let me know what day.
It'll be a girls only thing then. If you can't.
Okay, that's fine. I don't want to join your sexist podcast anyway.
It's not Man's Night 2.0. None of that.
Yeah, that's the Married Man show. Why don't you go do a Married Man show?
I'm going to get a raw hamburger there.
That'll learn you.
Yeah.
Right.
Mess with me.
All right.
I'm
on that note,
over your apricot. Don't mess with me.
Oh my God!
I don't think I made that up. Did I?
I can't land this plane.
I gotta go driving. You know, people in Boston, we drive pretty well. Anyway.
Oh Lordy. Okay, you're from California. You have no right to criticize other people's driving. You guys drive like maniacs.
I went deeper than that. You're gonna have to think about it for a second. People from Massachusetts, I should say. Think back in the 60s. A Kennedy.
Oh!
A Kennedy.
Kennedy.
That one, that was a reach.
Was-
That was a.
It's a Saturday night. It's actually from Saturday Night Live when they had they're doing the 80 primaries and they're all trying to get this one guy's vote. And Ted Kennedy goes, I'll give you a drive. And he goes, oh no, I'll walk.
Okay, well, that I would have gotten. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. On that note, everybody, we will see you next week. Same time, same place. My name is Colleen.
I am Jamie.
I am here.
He's sad, everybody.
Not invited to the all-female podcast.
You can join us.
Nope. I'm not doing it.
Good. Bye.